Oh, hi everyone. I I'm still trying to work this a new technique because I was supposed to. I'm getting there. Hi everyone. My name's Susan Jane, and I just wanted to acknowledge the support and response I got when I actually posted that I was struggling with this new year with the 2021 turnover. Now, there was lots of reasons why, and I'm not going to go into all the details, but the strongest part of it was, I believe, was the new moon coming, or the full moon coming through. Now, I intuitively knew that the full moon was coming through. I had let go of a few things. I had stopped football. I had let go of a few things to enable me to have a freer, open 2021. But what I didn't take into consideration was the grief of letting go of those things that we have. There was a quite a strong grief element to it, and I was feeling really down and like that dark shadow over your head, and you don't quite know why. And I think the hardest part is that you don't really know why. You'd wake up and I was feeling a little bit down, a little bit anxious, and not really understanding the whole reason behind it. Now, one of the things I did want to mention when I did put that up, it wasn't necessarily seeking for sympathy or anything like that. It was just acknowledging the fact that there are times when we do have crappy days. There is times when it isn't so good, but I intuitively know that this 2021 is going to be an amazing year. But I also am quite aware that there's going to be a few challenges along the way. And it's just acknowledging those challenges along the way. Now, the reason I'm doing this live is because a lady reached out to me when I put that post up, and sort of she wasn't seeking attention, or she wasn't giving me advice. She just said, you know what, I know how you feel. And it really helped just have that acknowledgement. She didn't have to do anything else. It helped, just that acknowledgement. So I know one of the best things for me to be able to get through some of these not so bright times, a little bit darker times, is to be able to help somebody else. Now, I'm going to press these buttons because I'm supposed to be doing this and I'm not very good at this. Anyway, try that one. There you go. So in helping somebody else, it always enables me to sort of see a bright side of it. And often when we're helping somebody else, we're also getting information and advice ourselves. So the more I verbalize things, the more I find that it comes back to me. So I said to this lady, well, let me do a reading for you. I said to her, if 2021 looked like a flower to you, what sort of a flower would it be? Show me an image of what your 2021 would look like in a flower. And she brought forward this beautiful image. Hang on, let me just put this one up. Now, the image itself isn't so nice looking on there because it was a very tiny image, so I had to blow it up so you can see it. So she brought this image forward. Hang on, I'll go into that one so you can see it better. Now, as soon as I see this, I sort of wanted to, do a live flower reading for her. So this is what it's all about. Now, when you're picking a flower image, your intuition's picking it. So you do not have, you have an idea, but you're not saying, well, I want to be rich in 2021, so I'm going to find a flower that looks rich. You don't do that. Your intuition will pick a flower that suits what you're feeling, how you're going, what you want to achieve. So your flowers are like your emotional goals in life. So she chose this beautiful flower here. And we all know it's a lovely hibiscus. But what I first look at when I'm looking at flower reading is, and especially the flower images, is the image that she's presented it in. Now, this is not a portrait, so it's a landscape image. So a landscape image straight away tells us that it is to do with a community or a group, a larger being. It's not about her individually, it's about a bigger group. So what her intuition is saying is, stop looking just at what you're about for 2021 and look at the broader community. Now, also the way the flower is presenting, it's looking towards the future. Okay, so when we're looking at this one, it's going, the flower is moving towards the right or looking towards our right. So yeah, so what it is actually looking at is looking towards the future. So the flower is presenting itself towards the future. Now we can see the stem. The stem is like a journey of the goal, to reach the goal for 2021. So her journey, she's got a very strong stem, but it is a stem that's not necessarily straight. You can see it's got those movements and the changes. So as this stem, we hit, hang on if I can do it this way, as you see this down here, as the stem is growing, we get a leaf. Now this leaf is classed as guidance. That's our, can be spiritual guidance, it can be a physical guidance. These leaves are our guides. So when we see leaves, we can either have them up high, which represents a spiritual guide, or we can have them down low, which represents a physical guide. Now, the shape of the leaf is also very relevant. If it's an elongated leaf, a longer leaf, you're going to find that's a masculine guide. A round leaf is more of a feminine guide. So it doesn't mean it's a male or female. It means they're just more feminine or more masculine. The masculine being more go-getter, more get it done and do this and do that. Whereas a feminine aspect is a softer, more rounder, giving you a little bit of guidance and what about this and how about that. So these are the two things. Now, as this lady is going through her path for 2021, she is having this guidance, and it's actually going to make her stop and think and then move forward, and then stop and think and move forward. And you can see that in the way it sort of zigzags forward. It's a strong woody stem, which means that her path and her journey to this goal is strong. So she knows where she needs to go. She knows what she needs to do. She may be a little bit hesitant in it. And each time she sort of heads to one direction, she gets a little bit of advice and it tends to send her off in another direction. Gets a little bit more advice and then goes the other way. And that's where you can see these stems, that the leaves coming off. So as she's reached to this section, she's had this advice to go that way. She's reached to the next section, she's advised to go another way, and she zigzags her way through. As she's going through 2021, she will find that she's got this other bud coming through. There's a few more there. This is a strong bud coming in through the back of the gall, the actual flower. So this bud is telling her that she will have a good idea, a good understanding, and she'll feel that she's close to this goal, only to realize that, no, hang on, there's a bigger one, a better one coming forward. Now, when we're looking at the flower again, we're saying that, yes, she's looking towards the future. The actual flower itself, the subject, is quite central. It is slightly to the past, slightly back a little bit, but it is looking towards the future. And when we're looking at the center of the flower, which is in here, the heart center, we're saying her heart is very, very open. She's very, very open to what it is all about, to where her love can be. It is really very, very important that her goal for 2021 has to be very, very strongly attached to her heart. You'll find other flowers, like a frangipani, has no heart center because it doesn't need to have that. This heart center, her goal for 2021 needs to be strong. It needs to have her heart out in front before she goes any further. It needs to be out there and open and ready for everybody there. So that's what's really, really important for this lady's 2021 goal. The other thing is the petals that we look at. Now, the petals are what we attract and how we attract. So we can start to look at the colors and the shape and the number of petals, and we've got a lot of that there. Now, when we look at the petals on this flower, for this lady's goal, we can see that her petals are large, they're open, then there's not lots and lots and lots of them. They're just very simple, very open, and very out there. So there's no hiding it. In a, say, a rose bud, we have our petals closed. We have them secure. We're a lot more protective in a rose bud than we are with an open flower. So for this lady, her 2021, if she isn't open and honest with what she's doing, with who she's around, and with how she is, then she's not going to achieve the goal that she wants to achieve. She's going to be not hiding it, but she's really not being who she is. Now, when I look at an image like this, I would say I've got a podcast. Now, if I had a rosebud for my podcast, I would say then I just need to be able to give people the information they want. If I had a flower like this for my podcast, for my 2021 podcast, I would have to say that if I am not open and honest and say what it is and have the shit when the shit happens and let people know, not in a nasty way, but just in a way that they understand who you are. That needs to be done for you to achieve your goal in 2021. For you to have what you need in 2021, you need to be open, you need to be honest. People need to be able to look deep within you. They can see your heart at the outside, but they need to see deep within you for you to attract the right sort of people at the right time. Now, if this goal was for a relationship, I would say definitely you need to be out and open and very, very honest. If this was for a business, I would say exactly the same, but of course in a different line. When you're being open and honest in a relationship, you are going to bring up some of the stuff that's dark and deep and well within, as you can see through this image. If it's a business, you don't have to go as dark, but you still have to be as honest. And let's face it, in business for 2021, we're going to have times when there's going to be some dark, hard times, and there's going to be times there when we need to be open and honest with what's going on. So this flower has got such a great potential, but the biggest thing to me for it is to make sure you have your heart out there. And I'm not saying be emotionally disturbed or anything crazy like that. I am saying put your heart out there. Let people know that if you're hurting, but you don't have to burden them with it. You just have to acknowledge it, like I did with the post that I put up. I wrote I was struggling. I was really struggling. I wasn't on suicide watch. I wasn't having issues or troubles like that, but I was struggling. I just put it out there. I didn't want for people to hurt with me. I just wanted to express myself, because most of the time when I'm putting things out in a very, very positive manner. I'm a very, very positive person. So for me to put something out to say that I'm struggling, my friends, the people that know me well, know that this is not something that I do lightly. So, and this is what I see with this image. It's not about woe is me and all doom and gloom and putting everything out there, but how this woman connected with me in this beautiful, soft manner is exactly how she needs to take her 2021 further to achieve what she needs to achieve in 2021. I see her goal, her 2021 as very, very open, very, very honest, and it's passion. You can see the red, the passion in it. So it is something that is very, very close to her. She's going to achieve this goal. She's going to achieve it and get there. She's got a lot of help with all the guides underneath it. See all these beautiful guides that are helping her. Now, they may be round leaves. As we know, hibiscus is a relatively round leaf, yet these are presenting themselves as elongated. So they're going to be masculine orientated type of guides. So if it's a woman helping this lady, then the way she's going to be helping her is quite firm and quite controlled. So that's what's happening with this one. Now, in the background, of course, we've just got that lovely blurred vision in the background. So she needs to be aware of what's happened in the past, but not necessarily take that forward. So that is this lovely ladies. I want to thank her personally for connecting with me. It was really, really nice of her. And this is her flower image for 2021. So I see it as being very, very positive. Keep your head looking forward. Keep focusing on what you want to do. Stay open and honest in your life. And it would work out perfectly for you. So have a great 2021, and I wish you all the very best. I am going to take that image off now. Yep, that's it. So if you do want to have a personal flower reading, you can get one on intuitivenature.com.au. If you want to listen to the podcast, it is Intuitive Nature, the podcast. And we do talk about all things intuitive on there. And I've got lovely guests on there too. So thank you for listening. Again, thank you for your support. And I wish you all the very best for 2021. Bye for now.